In the heart of the Middle East, hidden between the bazaars and the desert, lies the birthplace of the world's biggest religion, Christianity. Traveling across Jordan, I decided to rediscover the main sites, events, and legends that make up this millennial faith. Come with me.
Amman is the capital of Jordan. In any meaning, it's the economic, political, cultural capital of Jordan. It's very chaotic, there's a lot of people beeping everywhere.
Amman first became wealthy under the Roman Empire, which turned what was a minor town into a vibrant regional hub, bustling with splendid theaters, white streets, and a fortified citadel. Later on, with the arrival of the Byzantines in the 4th century AD, the city became one of the centers of Christianity, a strategic post from where to spread the faith to faraway lands, inspired by the events and stories characterizing the region.
This area in between the four capitals of Jordan, Israel, Syria and Lebanon is one of the holiest places in the world. So we have in between Jerusalem, Damascus, Beirut and Amman. It's one of the holiest places in the world. This is where a lot of events of both the Old and the New Testament happened. So we're here in the Jordan River, where Jesus was baptized, and a few kilometers on the other side of the border with Palestine there is Jericho, which is the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world. And then just over the mountain there is Jerusalem, and it's just fascinating how, despite the borders which make it very hard to travel, this is where a very large part of the events of one of the major religions in the world happened. And I mean, you cannot really tell because the climate is just pretty much dry, and there's a few stones here and there, so it doesn't really give you the idea, but it's still fascinating.
Not far from Amman lies the border between Jordan and Israel, a river where over 2,000 years ago, a man revered by many as the Son of God asked the preacher to baptize him right there, together with the common folks. Who then stood up and began a journey that would have changed the world to come. Let's follow its traces.
I'm in the city of Karak in southern Jordan. I think it's the biggest city in southern Jordan, and it's famous for its castle, which pretty much sums up the history of medieval Jordan. The castle was built by the Crusaders, and it served a very strategic purpose because it was located in the middle of Jordan and in the middle of the trading routes, starting from Mecca, from the Arab Peninsula, and moving northwards towards Syria and Lebanon and Baghdad in Iraq. So by building a fort here, the Crusaders could control not only trade routes, but also of course possible military rebellions coming from the Arab Peninsula.
Many Crusader castles are scattered throughout Jordan, as a proof of the long struggle between Muslims and Christians over the control of the region. Anyway, since I got bored with all this history, I decided to move on and see how locals live in this more rural part of the country. And the results were quite interesting.
Later.
Yeah, he's also Jordanian tradition. وين انت؟
أنا من إيطاليا.
Italia. From where? From Italy.
Roma.
From Roma. Like it. You always fighting with Napoli.
Roma, Napoli.
Yeah, because the pizza.
Pizza من نابولي.
The rural part of Jordan feels much more, it feels very different. You can find way more people wearing a traditional cloth or a shamar, you know, the typical scarf from the Middle East. So it has a different taste compared to Amman.
While walking down the streets of Karak, I would meet with shop owners offering me food, asking me where I was from, or just trying to take pictures with me and chat for a little. Despite feeling like a celebrity, I knew that I had to continue with my trip and reach the last stop. Madaba, the city of mosaics. I am in the lower chambers of a Catholic church in Madaba. The music that you hear, I didn't put in myself. It's just somewhere in the walls, I don't know. As I said the other time, Jordan is a very important country for the Catholic tradition. A lot of historical sites within the country are some of the most important in the Bible. The Jordan River, for example, Mount Nebo, where Moses received the commandments, and so on. Madaba is one of them. It's called the City of Mosaics. And this is because when it was part of the Byzantine Empire, it played a very important role in the trade between the lower and the upper part of the Middle East, and it became very wealthy. And this is why the Byzantine, let's say, built it and shaped it according to their tastes, and built a lot of churches with many beautiful mosaics all around it. Jordan tells the story of Christianity, from the river where Jesus was baptized on to the early Roman Christians, the churches of the Byzantine Empire, and the Crusaders' castles. And in the middle of all of this, it's people.